Welcome to episode 21 of Inclusion with Mansi. I'm your host, Mansi Chandorkar. Each week, we're going to discuss various areas of inclusion and how you can be an inclusion champion. In today's conversation with Anjali Bapat, we shall explore all about Zen painting, its benefits, how it can be used towards inclusion, and a chance to enroll for a live workshop. Welcome back, Anjali, to Inclusion with Mansi. For all those who missed listening to your episode last week, can you introduce yourself for the listeners?
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Anjali Bapat. I'm back here with Mansi. Really happy about that. I'm a special educator and an arts-based therapist, and I'm also a trainer for heartfulness meditation, coordinating programs for schools, especially for teachers and for students.
So, Anjali, in our last episode, we ended it with you wanting to tell us a lot more about Zen painting. So, here we are today to discuss about what is Zen painting.
Yes, so thanks for giving me the separate slot just to explain this because I have so much to say about this particular method of arts-based therapy. So, Zen painting actually we use specifically white paper and black paint, and actually you even have special Zen painting brushes which have a very different texture, and the way the paint moves on the paper looks very very interesting. But if you don't have Zen painting brushes, you can use ordinary brushes as well. So that's the basics of it, a white paper and black paint. And in this method, what we do is we connect our breath with the brush. So we close our eyes and imagine that we are breathing in through the brush and we are breathing out through the brush. Then we dip the brush in black paint and breathe in, and with one exhalation, we make one stroke. Now, as we are moving the brush along the paper, the brush can move wherever it wants to. It's a very dynamic process where you're not deciding anything and just letting things happen, but you're completely in the moment and you're watching every stroke, every small little line that the hair of the brush is making. And when you finished exhaling, you lift the brush again inhale and exhale and go for another stroke. So I've seen that this works magic with children of all varying abilities. Just uh, the very act of centering, breathing in very carefully, and watching that line as it's forming on the paper is so tremendously calming that within seconds you can see children who are very hyperactive or very anxious immediately becoming calm. It's really miraculous to watch. Becoming so calm and centered within seconds. Even a child who's very anxious or very hyper suddenly looks so calm. So it really works miracles. And so this is how it is done. You can use this technique in various settings. One of my favorite ways to use Zen painting is to do projection work. So I let the child draw the lines just as and when he or she feels like. And when they feel, okay, I've done enough on this paper, they can take a fresh one till they feel they've had enough. It comes to a point they say, okay, I think I've done enough paintings. After that, I ask them, I hold up the painting to them and then I ask them, now, what does this look like to you? And when the child thinks about it and tries to make out shapes, it's always projection work. Um, so for example, I showed a child a painting and I said, what does it look like to you? So he took a few seconds and he said, it looks like a person trying to resist the wind. It feels like someone is in the wind and is trying to go against the wind. Then I paused. I said, okay, what does that mean to you? He said, sometimes we should just go with the flow and not resist so much. That was his inner wisdom. that was coming out through the painting. So, in this way, we've given the child a tool that when you're stuck, you can actually use this method and receive your own guidance from within, from your own higher self. And it works so magically. I had another child who was really young and maybe not, again, not able to express her feelings that lucidly. And I did this exercise with her. And I showed her, it was just a bunch of squiggles, black squiggles on a white paper. And I said, "What can you see?" So she said, "I can see a baby duck, and this baby duck is missing the father duck." So this child's father was living in another country where he was working. So if I had asked, "Are you missing your father?" she might not have been able to tell me. But through this painting, she expressed what she was feeling at that moment. So, so many miracles I've seen happen through the Zen painting. Even for me, myself, I use it as a tool for myself as well. That sometimes, maybe if I'm very confused, or I just take a paper, I let the brush do its work, and then I look at it and I see, what do I see and what does that mean to me. It's always a message from my subconscious telling me something or guiding me on. So it's really a wonderful process, and I would urge everyone to try it out.
Yeah, it does sound exciting. And you've put a thought in my head. You said that everyone should try that out. How about if people are up to it, let's schedule a live session with you to, personally experience what Zen painting feels like. So if you would like to experience it, please let us know in the comments or feedback, or get in touch with us, and we'll schedule a session soon. I'm sure you're okay with that, Anjali.
Yes, I'd love to do that because good things should be shared, and I'd love it if everyone would have a tool like this to help them through and access their own inner wisdom.
Awesome. So, thank you for sharing your knowledge about Zen painting, and I'm looking forward to the live session to have with you. Hopefully, we have a lot of listeners who, or people who haven't heard this podcast, be a part of our journey with us for
Yes,
that.
why not?
And we will see you soon.
Yes, thanks so much, Mansi, for this. I'm really excited about the live session.
Thank you, Anjali. We shall speak to you soon about a different topic on a different day. So, I'm not going to let you go so easily. So, we'll be in
Oh,
touch.
yes, I'm waiting to come here again and again with different topics.
Okay.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for tuning in to Inclusion with Mansi. If you have enjoyed today's episode, do share the podcast with your family and friends. I would love to hear your feedback. You can connect with me on my Facebook page or Instagram at Inclusion with Mansi. You may also email me at inclusionwithmansi@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Until next time, remember to share our similarities and celebrate our differences.